Good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday.
Good morning. I'm going to go share this on my Facebook.
All right. Coming from Abby is in Texas. She's not in her normal city, but coming from Texas and NC. Did you guys get anything from today? We finally are getting some rain. Did Texas get anything from the hurricane? Like any rain, any weather?
No, not where we were.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
We
I
haven't
think
got any. And I honestly haven't looked out the window today. So,
right. Abby doesn't
um,
know what's happening out there.
so I really don't know what's happening outside today. So I can't really say. I look like I'm in a padded room. I'm not. This is the headboard to the bed that I slept in.
Abby's
I look like I'm in a psych ward, but I'm not.
They let her have some time.
Oh my gosh.
Do you ever think if like you and I, oh, and I don't want to start to zoom out sad, but I did see this really sad thing, but I saw this because we've talked about this before. Canada, what they're doing in Canada and arresting people for is just mind blowing.
I know.
But one of the most heartbreaking things that I saw a few days ago was a pastor.
Oh, I saw it.
Being taken from his home, and he was compliant and respectful.
And the kids
his wife and children.
Oh, Jesus. I saw it.
It's like
it broke my heart.
And literally it's disgusting. And this man, the reason he was being arrested days later, he held a mass. He held a gathering, a church, whatever they call it, gathering church in his backyard, right? Yeah. Not harming anybody else, but he had a small gathering to worship God
in his backyard.
To worship God in his backyard. And days later, the police show up, several police officers, as if he's really committed a crime. And in front of his children, take him away to be arrested. And these little children, Daddy, Daddy, no. And the man is just quiet and compliant and respectful.
It's okay, kids. It's okay. And he's like hugging them.
Yeah, I mean, what in the world? I was outraged. Like, this is what is happening.
And I actually, the female police officer, there was like a news person there, and the news guy was like, asked the female police officer, like, is this why you became a police officer? To arrest pastors. I mean, to do that. I mean, is this why you wanted to be a police officer? And she was like, no, it's not.
To protect and serve. And Abby and I are very much supportive of our police officers. So this isn't downgrading them. First of all, in every profession, and I was a teacher.
But I mean, I felt bad for the police officer, because you could tell, like, this is not what they wanted to be doing, but like, it's their stupid laws in Canada. I'm actually supposed to have an event in British Columbia.
Are you really?
There might be people on here. We usually have listeners from Canada. I'm supposed to have an event in Canada this October, and I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. I'm sure it's going to cancel. There's no way that they're going to allow an event of several hundred people in Canada. I probably won't even be able to get into Canada because I'm not going to be vaccinated. So I can't even imagine. I don't know. I mean, they're planning, like, I'm supposed to be doing, we're going to be doing some, a recording at the end of July to prepare, because I think they're preparing that I'm not going to be able that they're not going to be able to have, an in-person gathering, because Canada is still really, I mean, it's not even lockdown. I mean, it's like they are a police nation right now.
Well, and how do you, I have a few friends that I deeply respect who are phenomenal police officers and who truly protect and serve and do their job beautifully. I wonder in Canada or in any state in the United States or other countries, I wonder how, if you know you are morally doing something wrong, right? Like this is an innocent man who did nothing wrong, did not disturb peace, had a few people, you know what I mean? I wonder how you just truly can just turn a blind eye to something that is not harmful, that is perfectly okay. Like, how do you do that? Because I know I would feel so compelled to do that. Like, I'm not going to arrest this man, this father and preacher who did nothing wrong. Like, where do you draw that line of ethics? Like, I just man, I wouldn't want to be in so many positions today for fear of being morally imposed to do things that I knew were completely wrong. You know what I mean, Abby? Like,
Yeah.
I always pray daily for that strength. Like, never let me deny you, God. Never let me do something that's going to permit me from spending eternity with you. Never let me do something that's going to be so morally unethical because we can all say, I'd never do that. I would never do that. I would never say that. And never say never. But when you're in those positions and feeling pressure and your back's up against the wall, like
They do it.
people do it. And I'll even tell you this, just throwing it out there. I can't even tell you, and I'm not turning this into a vaccine talk, but so many people I know who are completely against the vaccine still had their feelings, got it
Yeah.
because they felt pressured, because they said, well, I don't want to wear a mask at work anymore. And now I'm free. Now I have my freedom. I wanted to be able to see my
And
family.
that's not freedom.
That's not
If you're
freedom.
feeling forced, that's
That's
not freedom.
not
That's the
freedom.
opposite of freedom.
So many people, I'll never get it. I'm against it. Look at blah, blah, blah. Well, I got it because I was getting all this pressure from my family and I wanted to see my
But
extended
they
family.
want to keep it a secret that they got it because, freedom.
Exactly. And so it's not freedom and that pressure and that's why I think, my goodness, whether we're talking about,
I think it's easy for people to be like, oh, I would never do this or whatever. Like for us, like for me, I can like literally say like, oh, I would never do that. Like, and I there are things that I will never do because I do have the true freedom to um make decisions based on like I can make moral decisions and not have consequences from like my job, right? And it's like it's the same with you, like
right,
because we work like our morals are based on our job, right?
right, right,
So, you know, I do what I love and my job honors God and I don't work in corporate America, right?
right, right,
So, like, I can say, I will not do this. I would not ever do this, and I mean it, right?
right,
And I can literally say, like, I will never participate in this. I will never do this, and I mean that I will never do this. But there are some people who are single parents who are I think it's easy like for people like this female police officer, to say like, well, she should have just not arrested that guy. She should have just walked away from her job. But it's easy for people to say that, but we don't know her situation. We don't know if she's a single mom providing.
is she going to get fired if she doesn't, go through it?
Yeah, like we don't know the situation. So, I think it's easy for people who have sort of this um, flexibility to sort of flex their morals whenever they want to,
Right,
like we
right,
do, to say that type of thing. But yet there are a lot of people who don't have that flexibility within their jobs. And so they're trying to do what they can within the jobs that they have, like in the video, like she told that mom, like, keep pushing back, like she told the wife that, like,
Right.
keep pushing back, and the wife was like, how much more can we do? I mean, like, look, he's getting arrested,
And see, and that's the problem. And this is how, I don't want to say that side is winning right now, but, or I don't want to call it the side of evil, but I think, Abby, on a whole, this is why there is a majority on that side. I don't know what to call that side right now, because of the pressure, because of the fear, because there's not an alternative, because I can't lose my job, because I have to feed my kids, because this is what I'm being told to do. I'm not even going to say what it was, but for example, my husband and I were having a discussion the other night, a disagreement on, something going on and very public. And I said, we're just never going to see eye to eye on this. And he's like, if you brought 100 doctors in here in this room, 90 of them would agree with me. And I said, oh, okay, let's say we did, and 10 agree with me and 90 agree with you. Like, does the majority, to me, the majority does not always mean
that means
right.
nothing.
It doesn't anymore. For me, to be completely transparent, I'm always walking the line with the fewest amount of people, which I feel better that way. I don't want to be where Hollywood and all the celebs and all the media is pushing. Please, I'll walk the other direction. So I'm walking, you, Abby, you and I, we're walking with a minority right now. And I feel so much stronger doing so. So,
yeah, no, I mean, it was the same, like when, yeah, you're exactly right. Like, who cares? Like, and especially in the medical community, like I mean, shout out to good doctors, but like, I remember when partial birth abortion was being discussed, and I mean, yeah, you could have like 100 doctors in here, and like, 90 of them would say, oh, there's nothing wrong with partial birth abortion. And 10 of them might say partial birth abortion is the most like barbaric, heinous thing I've ever seen in my life. Those 10 would be right. Right. And those 90 would be wrong. Well, and I'm going to go with those 10. The American Medical Association said there's nothing wrong with partial birth abortion. Every state medical association said there's nothing wrong with partial birth abortion. So I don't trust, like, the American Psychological Association said there's nothing wrong with partial birth abortion. There's nothing wrong with letting a baby's body hang out of a woman's vagina while the head is in the birth canal, while they suck the brains out of a baby's head. That's perfectly fine. That's what the majority of doctors in the United States said. So just because the majority of something says that something is okay, same thing with slavery, right?
Yeah.
The majority of people said slavery is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that it's right.
Right.
So just because the majority says that something is okay doesn't mean that it's acceptable. It doesn't mean that it's right.
And this makes me think, I don't know if you saw this, and I can't believe it, Off the View, McCain. What's her first name? Megan. Did you see her statement about abortion and sticking, and of course she's the only one who has the views that she does on The View, and about Biden and everything, the controversy going on right now within the Catholic Church, Joe Biden, and
what she said.
And it was beautiful, and it was so, her words were so eloquent, and so I'm not going to do them any justice, but she had read Joe's statement on his personal stance versus his professional stance, right? And he said, being a member of the Catholic Church, my personal views, I do believe what the Catholic Church says. But in his professional position, he's like, I can't, put that on anybody else. And Megan had basically said, one day Joe's going to have to kneel before his creator and say why he wasn't defending life if those were his beliefs. And she said, basically, it's the same thing as anyone who says, well, I'm pro-life, but, and again, you and I always say there's no but in the sentence, but people say, but I can't force someone to do that. But so what you're basically saying is I'm comparing it to murder, because it is murder. I'm okay if you go murder somebody. Not me or over here. But if you murder somebody, that's your thing.
I wouldn't murder anybody.
I wouldn't murder anybody. But if you do,
you go murder somebody, right. I'm no judgment.
So that's where I always say, and again, I thought this morning at Mass, I've been so critical of Joe Biden lately, and I feel such negativity and animosity, and I'm always condescending. And this morning I literally prayed. I prayed for him and I prayed for Harris, and I'm just like, man, there's just got to be something. It just makes me, I get emotional. I just get angry and emotional. But I'm like, when you're in these positions where you have such power, and again, it's that what we just said before. When you're in, you feel this immense pressure when you're being controlled and there's no other choice and your back's up against the wall and you're already in the thick of it and you're so deep. It's just like, and it's just heartbreaking. And I know so many parents are feeling that. I wanted to share this with you. I got this message Sunday evening from a mother in Ohio. And she said, our governor in Ohio just got on the TV Friday morning, basically threatening kids, because I'm already thinking about like back to school in the fall, basically threatening kids if they didn't get vaccinated, they wouldn't be able to play sports or could ruin everything for their team if they got sick or exposed. This was the governor coming on and saying that. So I know we're a sports family. Our kids, besides the baby, all the kids are in sports.
Yep.
It's such a, you know what I mean? It's such a huge part of our family. And so now we have, again, other parents in this state who are going to feel the pressure, these implications. Well, I can't, wait, our governor's telling us this. We're not going to be able to do sports. We should just go ahead and get it. And I'm so sick of this sickening, disgusting pressures being put upon everybody, which makes them second guess their gut instincts. Yeah. It's like, it's draining.
Well, I think, I think part of it though is just, no, like I don't feel those sorts of pressures, but I think it's because like I'm confident in who I am.
Right.
I'm confident in my beliefs.
Yeah.
And so people just need to know where they stand. They need to know who they are. They need to know their beliefs without question, And so that would be my encouragement to everyone who watches us. Know where you stand. And research the topic, look at both sides, nobody can come at me and say, well, you're just not educated on this. Like, no, I am, sister. Like, I'm educated on this. I know both sides and I know where I land on it. Right. And so I'm confident. I don't feel pressured either way because I know where I land.
And that's half the problem, which at this point I feel is subjective, which someone like you who digs and does multiple research in multiple, avenues versus someone who considers themselves highly educated, just watching their favorite news station and listening to the top people who run the country. If they're getting their information just from that spot, well, of course, they're that's the problem. People are thinking they're educated from.
Well, but then they will be swayed back and forth because what the news is telling us, it's a constant weather vane, right?
Yes, that's what it's like. It's a constant like blowing in the breeze. Oh,
because at the beginning it was like, don't wear masks, do wear masks, masks suck, don't wear them, do wear them, get the vaccine, don't get the vaccine, the vaccine's good for everybody, the vaccine's not good for kids. I mean, it was like, constant back and forth. So if you're just relying on the news, you're more likely going to feel pressure because the news doesn't know what they're talking about. The news is completely inconsistent.
And speaking of that, I just have to throw this in, which is like really exciting. And I'm sure you've seen this too. Do you see two women in the past few days who recently came out on their local Fox News and was it their local CBS News, the whistleblowers? Oh my gosh, with Project Veritas?
Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did.
These two women, it's Ivory something. Yeah. This new one, they are just smooth as butter. They're giving their delivery.
When that Ivory was like she was live. It was like, and they've been hiding stuff from you. And anyway, back to that heat wave.
You know what I mean? And then honestly, the girl who just came out a day or two ago, it was almost even more. She was doing the weather report from like her in-home office. And she's and then we see the rain coming in. By the way, tomorrow I'm going to be sitting down with Project Veritas disclosing the discrimination that's been taking place. And we see this cold front, like it was seamless. It was seamless. But you know what? It's like that. And I thought, like, what can you and I do to like these whistleblowers? And
I want the dirt. I want the dirt.
Like this kind of stuff, because it also exposes the media, our trustworthy news stations. They're not, and it shows people like these women. It's showing the agenda. It's showing the agenda behind it all. Even when who's the guy at Project Veritas when he exposed CNN just during the pandemic, just to get the ratings up and to keep viewers on, and the fear. But people don't want to hear that.
They don't want to believe it.
They don't want to think they're being lied to. They don't want to think they're being manipulated because it's easier to believe the other. And so, anyways, it's just it is what it is. And then I saw Nicole had just commented, which I saw this morning. She had said the almighty CDC just came out with an update that kids under 18 should not get the vaccine. I had seen that the World Health Organization had come out. It's hard. Do you see all the adverse side effects happening in kiddos, especially with their hearts post-vaccine? And so now after pushing it, now again we're seeing the swaying back and forth. Wait. Let's put brakes on this. Maybe kids shouldn't be getting it. I don't even with their survival rate we do. Then one woman had come out on Twitter saying, I believe it was her niece or nephew who had died from heart complications. But then she went on to say, but I'll still be taking my child to get their second dose. I just need to have more patience. I don't understand that. I don't.
I'm in the control group, Regan. We're in the control group. We're not in the experimental group. Yeah. So we're going to see what happens. So,
oh my goodness.
In good news though, I did a media hit yesterday. This was very cute news, actually. The Guinness Book of World Records just certified the tiniest baby to ever be born.
Oh my goodness.
This baby was 11 ounces to be born. This is the tiniest baby to ever be born and survive.
Oh my goodness.
11 ounces. So smaller, like that's weighs less than a can of Coke, right? Because a can of Coke is 12 ounces.
Goosebumps.
So this baby was 11 ounces when he was born, baby Richie. And yes, and he was only 10 inches long.
Oh my gosh.
And
what was the gestational week?
21 weeks and 2
Okay.
days.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I was always going to say, isn't that kind of around teetering that line of
21
right
weeks.
around then if
Mhm.
the baby can survive?
Yep. 21 weeks, 2 days. He had a 0% chance of survival. And he survived.
Wow.
Over a year old now, and it's just the cutest little thing.
Oh my
And
God.
so, 0% chance of survival is surviving and thriving. And anyway, it's so cute. And so I did a media hit for it yesterday on OANN.
Right.
And we were talking about it and just like how adorable, it is. And I mean, he was so tiny when he was born, like he would just like, they said like just fit like right in your hand,
Right.
And anyway, and then we started talking about just sort of the viability issue. Of course, Nancy Pelosi said her stupid comment over this past week when asked about if 15-week-old babies are human beings in the womb. Nancy Pelosi said, well, she completely punted on the question and says, the question was, are 15-week-old babies human beings in the womb? She said, well, I completely support, I'm a supporter of Roe v. Wade. I had 5 children in 6 years, so I believe I have some standing on this issue. That was her answer.
Thank you for that clarity.
Yeah. Then a couple days ago, or yesterday, I guess, Jen Psaki, however you say her name, the press secretary, Biden's press secretary, was asked the same question about whether a 15-week-old baby was a human being. And she said, are you asking me whether or not President Biden believes in choice? Yes, he does. So again, completely punted on the question. So, of course, they're asking about the 15-week. They're asking about the 15-week question because of the Supreme Court case that's going to be coming down in the fall. That's asking specifically about a 15-week viability case out of Mississippi. So that's what they're going to be sort of reevaluating Roe with that case, this 15-week case. So, and that's really the question. Like, are 15-week-old babies in the womb, a fetus in the womb at 15 weeks, is this a human being? And of course it's a human being. Why can't they just answer the question? I respect pro-choicers who can just answer the question.
Right.
Just tell me the answer.
And doesn't that even show you too? And you almost feel like it's almost like the Holy Spirit. It's almost like they know the answer.
Yeah.
They know, they feel guilt. They know it's a human being.
Mm-hmm.
They know abortion's wrong. They know, and it's like they're conflicted. I'm supposed to feel this. I'm supposed to say this. I'm supposed to be empowering and liberating women for their decisions. And this is 2021. And yet they know it eats at them. They know they're being pulled. It's almost like a spiritual battle. They know.
But I have such greater respect.
Yeah, if you could
for the honesty. If a pro-abortionist says to me, I know it's human, and I know it's killing, but I still believe that a woman has a right to make that decision because it's her
Right.
body. I have like more respect for them just being honest,
Right.
because
Sure.
at least they're being honest about the science, right?
Right.
I mean, I think it's horrible, but at least own it.
We're just going to be, yes. Right.
Like,
Right.
and I actually worked with a woman at Planned Parenthood who was a nurse practitioner. So she was, well educated medical person. And I remember being like appalled when she said to me, oh, I know it's a baby. I believe we're killing it. She's like, but I mean, it's in the woman's body, so she can do with it what she wants.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember thinking, oh my gosh, that's shocking.
Yeah.
But at least it's honest.
Right. Right.
But this whole like, well, it's not a baby. It's not human. It's not living. It's not, that's just not even science. That's not, it's like, do you even science? It's not even like
And,
scientific.
and it's so true. Christine said, but they are all about science, but not that science. It's the most, whatever fits the agenda. We're going to use it for this, but we're not going to use it for that. It's just, it's mind blowing to me, I don't know. But that story made me think of little Richie. God bless his soul. And that story made me think, and I have her quote up here, when you said he had a 0% chance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I haven't watched it for a while, but is it America's Got Talent or the X Factor, or the show with Simon Cowell?
Yeah.
The singing show, and then the buzzers singing. I love Simon Cowell, by the way, but there's something about him. Simon Cowell's honest.
I love it.
If we could all have the honesty of Simon Cowell. Anyways, did you see what's been trending? The young woman. Hey, and she went to Liberty University, Abby.
Yeah, she had cancer.
Yes. And her hashtag is, I don't know if it's pronounced Night Birdie or Night Bird, because it's Night BIRDE. So I don't want to mess it up, but she had the most stunning voice. And the way she told her story, she didn't want pity. She said that she was given a 2% chance of survival. And she said, I know that means I have a 98% chance of dying, but there's a 2% chance I'm going to live. And she said in an interview, and it was so beautiful and moving to me, just like little Richie's story. And this just makes me think of God. If something so impossibly catastrophic and unimaginably awful can happen, then doesn't it also mean that something impossibly beautiful and impossibly redemptive can happen? And I thought that was one of the most painful and beautiful truths. It's so true. Mm-hmm. It's so true. And that's why, like, also when we think of people who are like too far gone in situations too far gone, and without like getting emotional, and Abby knows a little bit of this, and I just shared it on our page last night. And this is just like how crazy it works and how moms are connected and it takes a village. Years ago, let me think, after our third baby, oh my gosh, we were going through like such a crazy time financially. And when I took 6 weeks off of unpaid leave after, from teaching, it set us so far back. Anyways, we're not even like being able to pay our bills. We're going under each month. Our family vehicle's taken, right? So the only thing, the kids and I have access to is our double stroller. So at this point, like, that is our most prized possession. Like, a lot of our items in our home are gone because like I was like meeting people and selling things that we didn't necessarily need. And so our double stroller was like our prized possession. And every day, you know, I'm like, okay, God's going to come through. Something's going to get better. My card gets declined in the checkout line. I'm like going to empty piggy banks in the kids' rooms to get some groceries for the week. So one night I'm in the shower and I'm crying and I'm like, God, like, why are you letting this happen to us? Like, it can't get worse, and then it gets worse. And what he answered me with, what came over me was a woman I had met when I was selling things. She had 5 children. She had a set of twin baby boys. They had constant doctor appointments. She didn't even have a stroller to get them there. Literally came over me. He's like, you need to take your double stroller and give it to her. And it was like the most clear. I mean, I didn't hear his voice. I'm not saying I had some like apparition, but it was so clear that was my answer. Long story short, met with her that night, gave her our double stroller. That was literally like the last thing of money, of value that we had. And I felt so good. It was like I was kind of started to pull out of my depression. I felt worthy. I still was able to give. And literally, and like I had wrote, I don't remember how long after things finally started to get a little better at a time, but they did. And it was like, that was, you know, that was how God answered that, you know, like pulling us out of and so it's just crazy. You just never know. Like, so right now, it's just such a crazy time. So many people are feeling so low, but there's like nothing that can't be restored, nothing that's impossible, right?
Yeah.
Like
I wish I would have known you at that time, because we have no less than 50 strollers in our garage.
Abby. Right. Abby could have given me a couple.
I could have given you lots of strollers.
Oh my God.
No, I love that story. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's like letting go gives you like such freedom
Yeah.
in your life. And yeah.
And it seems like you almost have to get to that point where you're so defeated, you're so frustrated that you stop trying to do it your way. You stop trying to force your timing. And literally, it's that selfish part of us human beings. We kind of surrender and get on our knees and finally say, okay, God, this isn't working my way. Here you go. This is all yours. And it seems until we get to that point of like white knuckling it, what's going to happen and come through, you know, that's when he does his work. That's when we allow him to do his work, you know?
Yeah.
It's just, it's so great.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Well, there was I wanted to say that I did find a cool show on Netflix. I know everybody went through the Netflix cancel thing. Okay. And
now they can say Abby's for everything, all these bad things that were on Netflix.
I still have Netflix. Okay.
So do I.
For research. Okay. Anyway, if you need a show on Netflix, we started watching Manifest. And it's a cool show. It's like a season. So but it's like about these people who get on a flight, and then when they land, it's been like 5 years. They've been in the air for 5 years.
Oh, wow.
And
give me anxiety. I wouldn't make it.
You should watch it, right? So, and everybody thought they were dead. Everybody thought the flight had crashed.
Yeah.
And so, but they didn't age at all. And so it's sort of like this, like, I don't know, it's sort of like sci-fi, I guess, or whatever. And I don't really like sci-fi, but it's like sort of like a mystery or whatever. Anyway, maybe it's on regular TV too. But anyway, it's on Netflix as well. So
I'll have to check it out.
Manifest, and it's good. It's like a mystery, but then now somebody just got shot. So now it's really up my alley because now it's like a murder thing. So
speaking of murder and mystery, and I meant to ask you this last week on the show. Tell me you have caught up on Blacklist with Raymond Reddington.
I've watched all that I can on Amazon.
Okay, so season 8 is on live TV now.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of the live.
Well, and Blacklist is truly, it's always trending and it's very popular. So I'm sure a lot of our viewers have watched it, but let me just say this. So the beginning of season 8 was good. And then it lagged to where I was like, they've literally run out of storylines. It's going downhill. They should have stopped. And then it got really, really good again. And then this last episode, they literally, all the questions Liz has been asking for 8 seasons and everything that's been up in the air, basically 98.9% of it has all been answered in the last episode. Oh. I was like,
good.
Yes, it was so good. So Raymond Reddington is just my fave. There's just something.
Do we like Liz again? Because I hate Liz right now.
Well, yeah, Liz, no, you're not.
Okay, we don't like Liz.
You're not. No.
Okay.
But there's something good. And it's like, there's like something so cool about Raymond Reddington. Like, don't you just want to like hang out with him for?
I want to be him. So.
Like, there's like that charismatic, like confident, like, yeah, I want to be on his team.
Yeah.
We're rolling with Red.
I sort of want to have like a Raymond Reddington in my life, actually. So you're like, Red, I have a problem. I need you to fix it. Right. You know, like you need like a fixer like that in your life, you know?
And like
not like to kill people, but like
from Scandal, Kerry Washington, the Olivia Pope, the fixer, she fixed the White House's problems. Right. You need like an Olivia Pope, Raymond Reddington.
I feel like I'm the fixer for everybody else. So I need a fixer.
I would have to agree. Abby if she knows somebody is in trouble, like down the street or 19 states over, Abby's gonna put it on her list.
I'm the Raymond Reddington. I want a Raymond Reddington for me.
Let's give Abby her own series. That is Abby. Oh my God. So true.
Okay, I do have some. So there are some really good it's prime day.
Oh,
right. It's like Prime Week or whatever.
Wow.
And so I do have some
things to share.
I have some things to share on where we go.
I was trying to yesterday in our group, The Real Deal of Parenting Faves, and because there was such sales, it wasn't letting me add them to our list to share them. So I don't know what was happening. So hopefully you have better luck. I don't know if it was a fluke thing. It wasn't letting me get links for people.
Okay, well, I want to tell you some deals. Okay.
So funny. I didn't order anything from Amazon yet today or yesterday during Prime. And I almost order something small multiple times a week. Go figure.
Okay. So apparently Instapot has a good deal.
Oh, yes. I saw that. Yesterday.
So there's a good Instapot deal.
I think I have one. I just don't know how to use it. I have some type of thing like that.
You don't use an Instapot?
I don't know. No.
Instapots are good, Regan.
Isn't it like a glorified crock pot?
No, it's like a pot that will like it'll like cook a whole meal in like 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, I should learn that.
Okay, the Ring Video Doorbell is on sale for $44.99.
Ooh, wow, that's good. Those are usually like at least 100.
With a free Echo Dot.
Ooh, those are fun.
So that's fun, unless you have a bunch of kids and all you hear is Alexa, Alexa, Alexa.
That's what happens here.
Yeah. The Echo Dot is only $19.99.
Ooh, and those are what, usually 50, I think.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Windows 10 laptop bundled with 128 gigabyte micro SDXC for just $219.99.
I saw one of those yesterday as well. Really good.
They've got JBL portable Bluetooth speakers on sale. They have a lot of Roomba deals. So, you know, the little vacuums, the robotic vacuums, lots of Roomba deals. And Roombas are really nice. We have one and they are really nice. I can't use it right now because Fulton is like in the stage of like pushing the button constantly, but
AJ loves to stick like his sippy cup or his snack on top of it and walk around and then grab it and then follow it. He loves it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's see. There's some the AirPod Pro is on sale. Apple Watch is on sale. The Smart Garage door opener. I don't know what that is, but apparently it's very popular and it's on sale for $16. So it says every popular Apple device is on sale.
There you go.
So, you know, Fire Stick Lite is on sale for only $17.99. And Fire Stick 4K is on sale half price for $24.99. So, I mean, lots of good stuff. Lots of really, really good sales. So I know that I saw a Shark vacuum that was on sale.
Oh, Shark vacuums are the best.
They are really, really good.
They're the best.
Yeah, they are really good. So, here's the other story I saw about Prime. Okay. Shark, 47% off a Shark upright vacuum with HEPA filter and LED lights. Regularly $319.99, price for $168. So I don't have carpet anywhere in my house, but when we had a Shark vacuum and it was better than any other vacuum I'd had, and I'd had like a Dyson and all the others, and I preferred the Shark.
we have a Shark. I love it.
Yeah, and it was best. I mean 44% off of Crest white strips. So wanting to white those teeth. Okay.
Do you know I literally, and I've used Crest white strips twice in my life. Literally, I think I did them 5 years apart. And they worked great for me.
Well, you get them right now. Okay, on sale. They're originally $49.99. You can get them for $27.96 right now.
Oh my god!
And here's something that's interesting. I've never wanted to know this in my life, but maybe some people do. Apparently, 32% off a dog DNA kit. Because haven't you always wanted to know exactly what kind of dog your beloved rescue mutt is? No, but I guess some people do. So you can get that right now.
Oh my gosh.
If you really want to just burn some money, you can get it right now. If you want to take some money and just like light it on fire, just take it in your backyard and light it on fire. You can get that right now.
And those people could literally tell you anything and you'd be like, yeah, did you know Sparky here?
Yeah. Yeah. So if you want to just literally burn money in a pit, you can get that for $135. Regularly $199.
Wow.
Just I'm the messenger.
Right. Oh my God.
Now there are some other good deals. 29% off a 2-in-1 Graco convertible car seat.
Well, those are always good. The convertible
1,000
ones.
reviews, and this is one that grows with your child. So this is a really good review, really well reviewed car seat. Originally $211.99 down to $149.99. That's a great price on a convertible car seat. Graco's a good brand. So
yeah. Graco's solid. I use Graco.
Yeah. So I mean, there's some really, great 33% off a pair of high-waisted bike shorts.
I'm really, is a mom mode. I'm really into high-waisted things right now. My suits this summer, I got like high-waisted bottoms. I'm like into the high-waisted shorts. I found some like cheapos at TJ Maxx that I love. I love that. Yeah. There's just something, it just makes me feel better. Like it's, the high-waisted.
I don't like high-waisted things, but you might like these high-waisted bike shorts with pockets, and you can get them on sale right now. There's 30% off an immunity boosting Zesty Paws allergy supplement for dogs with skin sensitivities.
Probably have to pass on that one, but
$18.17, originally $25.96. Oh, let me tell you something that is good, actually, that I've actually used these because I had acne pretty bad when I was having to wear the masks all the time. Yeah. Okay, so I actually did get some of these. They were Acne Patches. Okay, so if you get like a zit, you can just stick one of these patches on it, and like sleep in it or whatever.
Treat it.
Just treats that zit just all night, just right there on that zit. Okay. So you can get 35% off a pack of Acne Patches, and it sucks the gunk right out of your zit.
Love that.
Helps them fade away overnight. $6.79 for a pack of 40 patches, originally $10.50. And I am.
That's worth trying.
I'm a believer in the patches, so that is a good.
Sucks the gunk right out.
Sucks it right out. It's a good purchase. $59 off a pair of AirPod Pro. That's a good deal. So there's a lot of good deals. So I feel like people should be checking out, Prime Day.
Yeah.
Be, looking at. You know what? One thing I don't understand is the leggings that have the butt thing in the middle to like make your butt look a certain way.
Yeah. Are those like the TikTok? Are those like the TikTok pants?
I don't know, but I don't need it. I don't want it.
Yeah. I don't
need ruching up my crack. I don't
want to feel like yeah. Right.
It's a no for me.
Same. I've seen those. And I think if we're talking about the same ones, and I just, that it's a pass for me too.
Yeah. Oh, they have a power scrub carpet cleaning machine, and the I got to show you the picture that they put up here for the carpet cleaning because it literally looks like a murder scene.
Oh my God. That literally
looks like a murder scene.
Wow.
But not to worry. This carpet cleaner will clean up your murder scene.
Oh my God.
That's how good it is.
There you go. Do you know what we did just buy last week off of Amazon, and it was on sale? And I wonder if people should look. It is the best. And I'll try to post a link in our group today, The Real Deal of Parenting Faves. We got a pressure washer.
Oh, I saw you nerding it out with your pressure washer.
It was fun. They're fun, Abby.
Yeah.
It was fun. I was pressure washing, and it was like,
loved it.
addicting because you're going over the sidewalks and the stone and
you can sort of make a design.
You can make a design and all the grossness from like the kids and the pets and the weather, and you're just cleaning it. Those are fun. I like those.
Yeah. We have a pressure washer. I think Doug likes it. Doug likes to he likes to mow the grass. He likes to pressure wash things. I think he just likes getting out of the house.
Right. Doug will be like, honey, give me something to do.
I need to go outside. Right. So yeah, I think he just likes that. So yeah, and we have like the tiniest, because our backyard is all artificial turf. Yeah. So like our front yard is like the tiniest yard ever, right? For him that he has to actually mow. Like he could probably just weed eat it, Yeah. But he like takes the longest.
Right.
Time.
Let me triple. Go. Yeah. Let me even these lines.
Take his time, like getting that front yard taken care of,
Oh my God. Too funny.
So anyway, well, hope everybody has a great week. I don't know. I don't know how the weather is. I was up in like Boston and Michigan and Cleveland, Ohio last week, and it was like really cool. It was like,
yeah, I saw that. I saw
70s and 80s there. I was like, what is this? What is this? This is not summer. This is
right.
Like fall. Where's the summer? It's blazing down here. It's already like 100 degrees down here.
Yeah. Yeah. Southerners, it's intense.
It's fine because I'm already in, we're already in the pool.
Right. Right.
Are you guys in the pool yet?
Are we in the pool yet? Like for the summer?
Yeah.
Like for the beginning? Oh yeah.
You guys have already been in the pool.
Oh yeah. Our like community neighborhood pool opens like first week of May down here. Yeah. So yeah, the kids love it.
Yeah. We have a water park not far from our house. So we're like
nice
at the water park.
The pool's like a mile and a half, the neighborhood pool. And it's like, oh, yes.
Nice. Y'all probably walk there though. Y'all probably do that thing.
Well, sometimes the kids ride their bikes, but the one road's a little like busy. So I tend to drive us all 19 of us there more often than not, because it just makes me, with my brood, a little sketchy, a little eerie. Someone's going to get hit, but
we're at a conference this week, but I'm planning on having some pool time.
Yes, you need some pool time, sister.
Yeah, it's like weird hair out here. It's been joining us all.
It's mom hairs that grow because I'm still getting them, and Abby and I had our last
we have matching mom hairs.
We do. I never realized until I was looking back at photos, like a couple months after I delivered KJ, like so much hair that I had missing, especially when I put my hair up.
Yeah, I had like a receding hairline.
And then you get the kids always be like, what are these baby hairs growing? Can we just cut them, Mom? I'm like, no, you can't.
These are sacred hairs right here. Do not touch them.
They're growing back in. The postpartum hair loss.
I know. Terrible. All right, everybody.
Okay, guys, have a fabulous rest of your. I was going to tell everyone to have a good weekend, but I guess that's okay.
Yeah. Later on in the week, have a good weekend.
I remember one Monday I was wrapping up a meeting, and I'm like, "Have a great weekend, guys." And they're like, "Reg, it's Monday." I'm like, "Yep, okay."
Yeah. When you get into that weekend, I hope it's fabulous.
Later on. Oh my God, I love it. All right, guys, have a good one.
Amazon it up.
Amazon it up.
Yeah, and when you do, pick your favorite smile charity, like mine, and then there were none. Pick your favorite nonprofit charity.
Yeah.
Just saying. Anyway. Okay. Have a great week.